You've just rolled up to In the Mind of Reelz, where the whiskey's strong, the opinions are stronger, and there's no filter in sight. We're talking no holds barred. I am Reelz, Marine, biker, musician, and unapologetic patriot. If you're looking for a smooth ride, well, you've come to the wrong motherfucking place. Buckle up, let's get it done. It's time to dive into the chaos that's inside my mind. So what's going on, people? I want to get straight to the point, okay? I had another episode planned for tonight. I had a different topic. We were going to talk about something else. But something happened over the weekend, and I feel compelled to talk about it because I'm still in shock of the news. So tonight's episode is my way of honoring an old-time friend that I learned him and his wife were in a fatal motorcycle accident this weekend. So, like I said, I'm still in shock about it, but this is my way to honor him. His name was Gerrel Beast Nellum, and I got a lot of stories to tell. Most of them are for me and my memories, but I don't want to dive too deep into that, so I'm going to keep it straight to the point. Before I go there, here's to you, buddy. Beast was his road name, okay? And he only recently acquired that name within the last couple years. I've always known him as Gerrel, you know. Beast, he got that road name because he's a big motherfucker. He's the type of guy that you would want on your side if some shit were to go down. That's the kind of guy he was. He will literally toss your ass in seconds. He's a big dude. But what made him unique was he was always smiling. Always smiling. Always had a good smile on his face. He's one of those guys, just very charismatic, you know, really, really kind of contagious smile, right? You couldn't help but like the guy. Aside from that, the guy would give these giant ass bear hugs. Doesn't matter if you saw him, you know, every day, and it didn't matter if you hadn't seen him in a month. He will give you the same fucking giant bear hug when you see him. And I know there's a lot of people out there who can attest to that. These are just some of the key points that I really that come to mind because I've known this guy a very long time. You know, we kind of jokingly would say, oh, yeah, you know, how long have we known each other? It's like, oh, I think it's like 15 years. Oh, no, I think it's, you know, it's been close to 20. You know, it always been kind of like an inside joke between him and I, right? So I knew the motherfucker a long fucking time. He was just a good dude to be around. We had a lot of the same similarities in it. Actually, I'm going to tell you about how I met him. I used to work for a company called Big Tex Trailers, and we sold a lot of trailers there. And Gerrel was very much a hustler. He would always do whatever he needed to do to take care of his family. Big-time family man. But he always had this transport trucking business. And so he came into the shop one day, sat down at my desk, and right away, we started talking like we were BFFs. I mean, that was kind of his personality. I mean, the guy could literally talk to you about anything. And it's really funny. Another thing about him is, and I learned this as he was, you know, in the process of, you know, looking at trailers, right? Because he was that guy. He wasn't like a spontaneous shopper, you know, like he would always do homework and research and fucking look at other dealerships, other trailers, the build quality. Like, he was like that with everything. He was like that with his Harleys. He was like that with his vehicles. You know, all his fucking toys were never spontaneous purchases, okay? He always did his fucking homework, and it's something I really appreciated about him because I'm like, wow, like to me, like if I want something, I just go buy it because I'm like, I want it now. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I could say $50 over here and it delivers whenever. Okay, whatever. Fucking, I'll pay the extra. Fuck it. I want it now. I'm an instant gratification type guy, whereas he was like very methodical with his purchases, very good with fucking money. And he was always like that. So him coming in to see me and looking at trailers, it didn't happen overnight. Like he would come in one week, we'd look around, we'd talk some more, and then he'd come in like the following week, he'd look around some more, and then we started texting like on a personal note, just because we were like connecting, right, as friends. So it's so funny. It's ongoing too. This goes on literally for like 3 fucking months, and he hasn't bought a fucking trailer for me yet, right? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I've showed you just about every motherfucking trailer on the lot, fool. Damn. But that's how he was, And by the way, he never did buy a trailer off me. Right? He's like, he found something cheaper, and you know what? I didn't fault the guy, because at this point we were already like corresponding for 3 months or so, and we became friends, and then you do what friends do. You meet for lunch, you meet up, and the thing is, we weren't riding bikes then. We weren't riding Harleys then. We were just 2 bros. We'd meet up. Hey, where are you fucking at? Tomorrow we'll meet up for lunch, and that's how our friendship came to be. This goes on going for years and years, and then of course, we start getting into bikes, right? Well, now, Beast he always had crotch rockets. He never had like a Harley, right? That just wasn't his thing. He was into going fast, and he liked fucking crotch rockets, and that was his thing. Like I said, years went by. And then I told him I was, he saw that I was starting to get into it. He's like, well, you know what? If you're buying one, I'm going to buy one. And next thing you know, we both have Harleys. Now, mind you, I didn't always have a Harley, okay? I did have a motherfucking Indian at one point. We all make mistakes, okay? I mean, it was cool and all, but it wasn't a motherfucking Harley, all right? So he'd always clown on me on my fucking Scout, and I looked so tiny on it too. It was like, what the fuck? So needless to say, I upgraded that motherfucker in like less than 3 months. Literally less than 3 months, I'm going and to get fucking something else. So it was just it was funny, man. And then so we started riding together and just being bros. And as we started getting deeper into our friendship and riding, and we would travel together, and then, we started talking about possibly getting into a club and all this other stuff. And, it's just, we had a pretty good friendship, okay? And it was natural for him to, and for both of us to kind of just, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to go do this. Okay, I'll do it too. And it was natural for us to kind of just do that. In the meantime, like I said, our bond and our friendship and our stories were all kind of getting together. Now, he's always been younger than me. I mean, he tragically died at 35. I'm 51, so you can imagine we've been talking a long time, and we've gone through stages in our friendship, right? And at some point, we had a falling out recently, and it's one of those things. Sometimes, and I spoke about it briefly on the last episode, that some people come into your life for a long time; they'll be there forever. Some people, are around for a while, and then some people are gone in an instant. And I've always thought that. And I feel like people come into your life for a reason, right? The thing is, when I found out that of his passing this weekend, it really kind of affected it really kind of affected me in a way that it has me thinking about a lot of other fucking things, right? Because I think as you get older, you start to cherish your friendships more, right? And sometimes things may get in the way, politics or whatever, that could affect certain things. It could affect friendships, it could affect business dealings, whatever the case may be. And when I heard of his passing, the immediate thing that came to my mind was, I will never have closure with this man, right? This guy who had been such a big part of my life for so fucking long. And I won't get closure from that, right? That is a tough pill to swallow. It really fucking is. As a biker, we get on the bike every fucking time, and we know that this could be our last ride. We know this. But it brings us so much enjoyment that we take the chance. We take the fucking chance. And the fact that I don't have closure with him has really, it's kind of got me. It's kind of got me. And I've never felt like that before. So that's why I felt the need to talk about this shit, because it's not, this isn't something that happens every day. You know, it makes me realize that sometimes the petty shit that goes on in the in-between isn't fucking worth it. It's not fucking worth it, man. I mean, I've had friends die over the years. I've had acquaintances die over the years, and a lot of times it doesn't affect you because it doesn't affect your direct circle. Doesn't affect your direct circle, right? This one impacts me differently. It really fucking does, because it's not just not having closure with him. It's that I never got to say goodbye, and I let the stuff in between fuck us. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's how life should be. You know? I mean, yeah, you get into beefs with people, and so much shit is said and done that you just like, okay, I'm not going to surround myself with this person, whatever. Sometimes direct communication and working shit out could probably fix some of these things. Mind you, there's probably certain relationships that you just know can't be mended. Okay? I mean, I can accept that. I can deal with that. That's not a problem. But I think moving forward, I'm going to try to think differently in a way that doesn't affect me like this. Is it because I didn't have closure? I don't know. Is it because I didn't get a chance to say goodbye? I don't know. Is it because we let the petty shit in the middle get in the way of like a very long-term friendship? I don't know. He's no longer here. I'll never know, and I gotta fucking live with that shit. And so I felt the need to really kind of talk about that tonight, because it's not every day you have these kind of relationships with people and then overnight they're fucking gone. You know, that's something I don't like going. So I think it's important to have some reconciliation with people you may not get along. And like I said, some relationships can't be mended. I'm talking about forward shit, right? Like, I know moving forward with my own connections and my own people, reconciliating is always the wiser thing, I think. I mean, I think that's part of growing as a person. I don't know, man. I live fully, right? In the moment, and I appreciate the relationships I have. You know, some people you're going to be friends with, some people you can't be friends with. That's always going to be there. But this thing that I had with Beast was such a cool friendship until like the last year. And all I know is I don't want to have those kind of relationships end again. If you know somebody that long, it's got to be worth trying to fix it, right? Anyways, that's just my own 2 cents. I'm kind of just rambling on because I'm still kind of hurt by this scenario. And, you know, I'm hoping that one of these days we'll meet again, and we can chop it up then, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing. I'm thinking that, hold on a minute. I know Beast would not want anybody to cry and be sad. Even though my heart is fucking bleeding right now, he'd want us to remember him in a good way. He'd want us to remember the fond memories of him. And I think it's important to always look upon someone in a good way. You know, when they're no longer here, it's like, Not everybody's perfect. I'll be the first to admit that because I've done a lot of fucking jackass things. And I've pissed a lot of people off. And, people can change. If people didn't forgive me, I'd have like no friends, right? You piss people off, you forgive them, shit moves on. My brother, my family members, I've pissed every one of them off. You know what? But they forgave me, man. And that's what people do, I think. That's kind of human nature to want to always have good relations with people. Doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you got to detach. But sometimes things can be fixed. Like I said, I want to remember Beast on a good note, not on a negative note. It's just not cool. It takes too much time to be negative. I'd rather be positive and fun and remember people in a good light. I just want to, again, remind you all, value the connections you have with your family and friends. We only have one life. We're not here that long. And, like I said, I'm lucky if I got another 25 years left in me. Do I want to live those years in a negative way, or do I want to be positive and forgiving and have fun and cherish my connections with people? I take that all day long. Beast, I'll see you, bro, one of these days. This is Reelz signing off. Ride safe, live free, and don't take shit from anyone. Peace.